Malaysia's vehicle entry permit system started with a number of hiccups and there were a lot of complaints, but it's just the beginning and will get better with time. I'm Dr Serina Rahman, a lecturer at the Southeast Asian Studies Department at NUS. From October 1st this year, Singapore vehicles entering Malaysia have to apply for a VEP. What this means is they need to have an RFID tag, which is attached to their cars and tied to their touch and go cards. Unfortunately, there has been some trouble in relation to applying for the VEP, getting the tags, getting it fixed. And if you fix the tags wrongly, they won't work when you go through the gantry. Many believe that Malaysia had a long time to get everything sorted, but things in Malaysia work differently. So in 2017, we had one government and it was announced. And since then, we've had several changes of government, which means changes in vendors, changes in suppliers, and lots of other domestic issues. So this whole issue with the VEP just was left to the side. And then, of course, there was COVID. And then, when there are technical issues involved, there may be problems, just as it was when Malaysia first implemented the e-gates that allowed Singaporeans to use the digital arrival card. Even that had teething issues. So now that we have this Madani government in power, they do want to implement this because it is one way to recoup losses. To compare, there are 51,000 traffic fines by foreigners in Malaysia. So it's not just Singaporeans, it's also vehicles from Thailand and Brunei. But Singaporeans have the largest number of fines at 35,000, amounting to 3.5 million ringgit. The implementation is a federal issue. So immigration is done by the federal government. So Johor is just, the state that is facing the trouble because it is sharing a land border with Singapore. The Singapore media reported that there was a decrease in visitors when the VEP was first launched. Actually, when I speak to people on the ground, a lot of them said, we'll just come in by bus for now. We'll see how the process goes. And, after it smooths out, then we'll go and get the VEP sticker. The day that the VEP was launched, I was on a bus trying to get home after work, and there was a long trail of Singapore cars. So Malaysia's Transport Minister Anthony Loke reported that the numbers crossing the border in terms of Singapore vehicles is back to normal. It's very clear if you're on the roads in JB Town that there are a lot of Singapore cars, and the retail establishments are all full. These new technologies, these new systems, they're necessary, and for Malaysia it will have a long-term benefit. So it's got to happen, but it'll be smooth. We just have to hang on for a bit.